This is kind of interesting. Taysom Hill became the first non-running back in NFL history with at least 125 rushing yards and 3 rushing touchdowns in a game. That's as concerning as everything because if Scott, you and I were talking, if you didn't know they were going to bring Taysom Hill in as like a wildcat, and I mean, he looked like Derrick Henry breaking tackles yesterday. That was as frustrating as anything.
Yeah, and it's not like they didn't know. I mean, I asked everybody about it last week. So did everybody. I mean, like when you look at the Saints, it's Derek Carr, Alvin Kamara, and Taysom Hill. Like that's their offense. And the fact that they weren't able to stop it. Now I get it. You know, you're Wildcat and it changes the numbers and all those things. Um, but they did a terrible job handling it. You know, it gets lost because it winds up being a 21-point margin. But I think it's still 14-14. They have it's third and 10, and everybody drops pretty deep. They let the tight end catch a ball. He runs into a couple guys, and now it's fourth and less than a yard. Where if you play tighter, maybe it's 4th and 5, and they have to punt or they kick a field goal, or it's not, at least it's not as easy to pick up. They go 4th and 1. The Browns load the line of scrimmage. You know, I think it's Devin Bush gets pinned inside. Hill gets a first down. Jordan Hicks, Delpit missed tackles, and it's a touchdown. And like those are the kind of huge plays that the defense has been giving up and just putting themselves in terrible situations. But if that was the only time they couldn't stop Hill, that'd be one thing. But they didn't stop him all day.
So I know again you're in another article. Big plays, breakdowns haunt the Browns defense, and haunt is probably the right term because it seems like it comes up every Sunday now.
Yeah, and you know Jim Schwartz will say, "Hey, for 50 plays, they're playing well," and he's not wrong. But those get overshadowed, and rightfully so, by the 5 terrible plays or whatever number it is, whatever week it is. And you know, you think coming off the Chargers game where, according to Schwartz, they had one just bad decision by one of the players. You know, he tried to jump a route and it winds up leading to a touchdown on 3rd and 21. But then the other one where there's 8 guys are playing one defense, 3 are playing another, 66-yard touchdown. It certainly looked like the same thing happened on Scantling's 71-yard touchdown. And it just shouldn't happen. And it shouldn't happen at this point in the season. It shouldn't happen coming out of the bye week. And, you know, if you want to, you know, I blame the players. I blame Schwartz. I don't know if I blame Kevin Stefanski for that, except that he is the head coach. So he's responsible for everything. But that's another example of bad football. That's how you lose games. And there's just been way too many of those examples.
Yeah, and to Jim Schwartz's point, and Jim Schwartz will tell you this too. I'm sure of it. In every game, there's 5, 6, 7 plays that decide a game, and 3 of them are the breakdowns that you had on defense.
No doubt. And I don't know if I mentioned this earlier or not, but if you just stop one of those big plays, then you give your offense a chance in the fourth quarter. But the defense couldn't do that. It couldn't give Winston another chance to go win the game. And there was a little, you know, area there at the end of the third quarter where the offense did have a couple of chances. But that's what the defense needs to do. That's why the offense had a chance last year, is because the defense kept giving them chances, whether it was 3 and outs, and I think they led the league in 3 and outs, and turnovers. Like they had a rash of turnovers. Well, they haven't been able to get takeaways, and they're giving up too many plays where they're not helping out a bad offense enough.